From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair, the world's lightest wheelchair, is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Hello, Jobfather Nation. We are excited to be here with you November 1st. And guess what? We have a very special show today. But before we get into these details, just a reminder that NTX Radio, formerly Joco Community Radio, is a proud member of EMG, a radio and podcast collective proudly serving all of North Texas. We
Yeah,
are
yeah.
live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network and on our station app. Download it for free. Check out our lineup and more at ntxradio.com. We want to thank our valued partners for helping us amplify the voices of North Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bow our heads for a quick word of prayer before we start the show. Father God, thank you for the privilege of serving the job seeker and job transitioner community. We just ask, Lord God, that you would open amazing doors of opportunity for them and use our knowledge and feedback and communication to help support them in their search. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, well, we want to thank Mez behind the scenes. We couldn't do this show without her, so
Nope.
thank you, Mez. She is posting amazing stuff for us on the side. So keep an eye out for any email addresses or links. And I know we love to start with a joke of the first half. But before we do, just to kind of summarize, we're going to do a quick dad joke. Any announcements, and then we're going to jump into a full show with the panelists you see below, who will let Foster formally introduce in a few minutes. And we're going to roundtable and panel some exciting things for you. Foster will be able to share a little bit more in a second. I don't want to take away his thunder. So, Foster,
Thunder.
over to you.
Dana, it's raining over here, and there's a little thunder. Come to think about it.
So I don't know if we've got rain yet, but it's super overcast, so we'll probably get it any second.
Yeah, I don't know what direction this is going, but guys, welcome to the Jobfather. Now, this show, guys, is here to let job seekers know things that they need to get into, wonderful things that are already in place for you job seekers. If you guys lose a job, there's a wonderful family network for you guys to plug into in order to find out you don't have to go through a job search by yourself. There's a lot of help. We'll be talking about that. Our whole show today is dedicated to just that. And we've got some wonderful people on this show with us today. I see Dionne Lawrence down there. I see Dr. Nancy Wall is way out in Florida. I keep telling you guys every week, our network, it goes around the globe, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
There are people all the people in Italy. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
And I see Dr. Brenda Carter with us today. And last but not least is Robert Wirick. Now, guys, this whole show today is Robert Wirick's fault. He put this thing together. And
Love it.
guys, you will meet the neatest people in this network and you will see the neatest thing happen. But you know what? Guys, you need to get out from behind your computer and applying for those jobs. Now, you got to do that. But get out amongst people where the magic happens, guys. Okay, Dana told me that I'm supposed to start the show off with announcements. I want to tell you guys all over, believe me, all over the United States, guys, go to Caterpillar. Now, you guys are familiar with Caterpillar,
Oh, yeah.
heavy equipment manufacturer. Caterpillar is doing a lot of hiring all over the world, actually. And if you see a position at Caterpillar, I have a wonderful friend that probably will be on this radio show in the near future, and she is the head of talent acquisition at Caterpillar. So if you see something that you're interested in that you are a fit for, let me get close, as you are a fit for, then contact me, foster.williams@sbcglobal.net, or call me at 214-728-6930. And you know what? I'll help you guys. We'll make sense of this thing and see, because sometimes when you apply for a job, there might be 200 other people apply for the job, and the recruiter may not even see your information. So we want to make sure, especially if you're a good fit, we want to make sure that you're getting considered for the role. Okay. So that was my Caterpillar thing. And Dana, do you have something that you'd like to share with us while we're on this topic?
Absolutely. Please take a look at Beacon Oral Specialists. Beacon with a B, oral specialists.com. We have positions open in our practices nationwide. Some require no experience. We have different levels of front offices, different levels of surgical
Hmm.
assistants, and our level ones we're willing to train for the right person. So
Mhm.
don't hesitate to take a look when you go to our website and you go to the careers section. You can see every single practice, every single location. And I do think we have something open in Arlington, Texas right now.
Oh, whoa,
We
okay.
have practices in Florida, Maryland, Virginia, Illinois, Washington, California, Nevada, Georgia, and Massachusetts and
Oh
Hawaii.
man.
So take a look, see if there's anything that looks good, and let me know. You can reach me at dgingrich at beaconoralspecialist.com. Appreciate you so much. Well, Foster, do you have um,
I'm
a
already laughing.
dad joke? Because I'm a little nervous, but
Okay, y'all check this out. And since Dr. Wall is the furthest away, she's got to be the one to grade me today on my joke, Dana. So,
okay.
guys, Albert Einstein was a genius, but his brother Frank was a monster. Oh my God, y'all are slow. Come
I
on.
know
You
who
guys are
Frankenstein
professional people.
is.
Yeah.
We got it. Yep.
That's actually pretty funny for considering it
Most of the
is, yeah.
time, y'all, I'm the only one that's laughing. So Dr. Wall, you and I talk all the time, so you have to tell me how I did a little bit later on. So, guys, there's one thing two things that I want to tell you guys before we get started, because we're going to talk about things that happen in the network today.
Yeah,
Uh, Guys, there is a website. You will see it pop up because we got Mez today. Mez keeps us apprised of all pop ups and chats and all that kind of stuff. But there is a website called search4uinc.com. There, see, Mez just put it back down there right on the bottom in a little red banner. This is Jobseeker Network Nation, and it is control, not control, but is supported by search the number four, the letter U, inc.com. Now, I like to post jobs there because jobs that roll into me and Dana and Maz, those are, we like to call them network jobs because we know the people that are responsible for that. We like to get you guys too. My God, half time, that's the way I make my living. So
yeah,
you guys contact me, and I love, y'all know I love making connections. And
yes.
if you're a good fit for a job, we need to make a connection. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Let's
And
think about that.
Foster, I want
Yeah.
to second you on that because there's a lot of volunteer time that goes into
Yes.
developing these networks,
Yeah.
connecting people to help them find their next home or make a job transition. We have a lot of hiring leaders and executives that work with Foster to hire individuals. So please don't hesitate to jump on there and donate because it really helps keep the entire job network moving forward.
Yep.
This is what Foster does full time to help people. Also, if you need a job worked on or posted, reach out to Foster in
Oh
the
yeah.
email address he put on. And
Well represented here.
if you need a reliable partner to provide you people at your different industry level positions, regardless of what type of position it is. Again,
Mhm.
Foster's network reaches not only throughout the US, but it's international. Reach out to Foster. He's got very reasonable rates and competitive rates to not only hire and fill jobs for you, but to advertise jobs for you. So keep that in mind.
We do. We do. There's one more thing that I want to tell you guys while we're going through our special part of the program, the first part of the program. I want to make you guys aware of everything that I know that will do you good. And our audience is all over the world, especially all over the United States right now. I see
Oh,
them
yeah.
clicking. Hey, Roberto Marroquin. Hey, brother. You
Hey.
and I are due to talk. I think Gerard Robles with us, another person that's out in Florida, close to Dr. Wall, but not real close, but close enough.
I love Florida.
Hurricane terror. Oh my God. Yeah, I am I'm thanking God that He took care of you guys during all of that stuff going on.
Yes.
So, guys, there's one more thing. There's a lot of people, a lot of you guys might want to have your own radio show. You guys might have side things going on. You might have a company, that you want to advertise, make a billboard. Well, while we're thinking about that methodology, you guys might want to contact Tiffany Hurd, Hurd, who owns this radio station. We started with Joco, which was Johnson County. We spread out to Fort Worth and Dallas. And of course, anytime you're online, you're all over the place. So if you want to connect, if you want to have your own radio show, you want to talk about it, see what it costs, believe me, it's affordable. And you would contact Tiffany Hurd. Now, I know Tiffany is a personal friend of mine, so if you want to reach out to me, that's fine. I will put you in contact with Tiffany Hurd. After all, I am the job father. I am the
Perfect.
radio show father, podcast father, whatever. I don't know what y'all call me, but maybe I don't want to know. But okay, now here's the deal. Part of this network, I put it on Robert. Robert, a while back, Robert said, "You know what, Foster? I met these cool people, Dr. Brenda Carter and Dionne, and were you the instrument, Robert, that got those two ladies together?"
Well, a little bit. I was a
Okay.
catalyst, but I was really influenced by you, the job father,
Oh man,
with
here I
this
go again.
concept.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, Foster, let's talk about this concept and get this party rolling.
We're already rolling, baby. So here's the deal. I network all over the United States. I met Dr. Wall out. I wasn't in Florida, but I was on Zoom. Every Monday, guys, Dr. Wall is probably going to tell you guys every Monday is a wonderful group of coaches that get together, guys, and they teach us how to explain to people and let people know what it is that we do in a way that we can understand how we can get into their network. They can explain, okay, I met this Dr. Brenda Carter, but what does she do? Well, we go through a number of things. The overview of job search. It is called Transition Masters. Now, Dr. Wall and I want you guys to go to transitionmasters.org. Check that out every Monday at 5:30 Eastern Time. That's 4:30 our time here Central. We meet, and if you guys go to transitionmasters.org, you can see what it's all about. You can send in your resume. If you're in job search, believe me, you want to experience Transition Masters. Now, go there and check that out. And that's where I met Dr. Wall. Now, Dr. Wall is one of these people that just kind of, how the cool stuff rises to the top. I don't know if you guys ever. I'm from the country. We churned our own butter, and so the cool stuff rises to the top. In each and every one of our guests, I want to remind you guys, as you listen to these folks, every one of them are looking for a new opportunity, and they're going to explain to you what it is that they do. But we're just going to talk about networking stuff. That we're just going to have fun. We're going to talk about how it all came together. And I knew when I met Dr. Wall that she needed to be part of this family. And you will, guys, this will not be the only time that you will see any of these folks. Multiple times you will see these people because they're instrumental in this thing that we call a network. Now, we probably easily are the largest job seeker network in the United States. You'll be surprised what is involved in this network. So, okay, let's start with Dr. Carter. Dr. Carter, tell us what you do. Tell us a little bit about you. I mean, you're in job search. Tell us a little bit about what you're looking for. What's a good application of your skills?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me here. This is
Hmm.
like a big privilege. But yeah, I am an organizational psychologist and an HR executive. But the way I like to put it is that I'm a people-centric problem solver. So what I do is I help companies basically create their competitive advantage, drive innovation and growth through people. And that's
Mm,
through talent attraction, leadership development, retention, and awesome work cultures.
Mm,
So
love
okay,
it.
that's good. That's real good. So you guys, hey, you companies, there are a lot of you companies that are listening right now, and then probably over the next 2-3 weeks, you guys will be tuning into the show as it will be captured on YouTube. I would suggest that you guys go to YouTube and put in the Job Father, and you can see our show today. You can see it next week. Hey, that's the way it works. Now, I'm not picking on our doctors, but I want to go to Dr. Wall and ask her what it is that she does and what may be a good thought pattern for the utilization of her skills.
Thank you so much, Foster. And I am passionate about helping bring out the best in people as well as organizations. I'm a learning and development executive, and I design, develop, and deliver innovative and measurable learning experiences for everybody to help them, again, bring out their best. And so I'm very passionate about this. I have my PhD in adult education and HR development. I have my MBA, so I'm also concerned about the numbers. What's the return on the investment? And I have certifications in project management, coaching, as well as facilitation. And I'm glad to be here and happy to help.
You know, we're glad that you're here with us, Dr. Wall. You remind me of people that I work for these monstrosities of companies, you know. And there was a Dr. Wall, well, it wasn't Dr. Wall, but the same person doing the same thing as Dr. Wall. And you know what? We retained a number of our executives and professionals because there was a Dr. Wall and a Dr. Carter there to make sure that we're taken care of and our needs are met with where we want to go with our careers, and making sure that the companies are helping support who we are. And you know, guys, come on now, if we're having a good time at our company, we will stay at that company. If it's, you know, if it is serving what we feel like we're down here to do, and I'm happy to go to work and I'm smiling. See that big old smile right there on Dr. Wall's face? See that? That's what you get if you hire her. And and got look, oh, Dionne jumped out there with hers. Go girl.
What I do?
You jumped out there with the see that smile, see that?
Wow.
Oh,
You
You
ladies,
smile.
oh my God, you
Contagious.
ladies are beautiful anyway. They are, aren't they, Robert? So, you know, guys, if you want to retain, if you want to grow your company, all that kind of stuff, you want to have a conversation
Absolutely.
with Dr. Carter and Dr. Wall. Now, I want to move down to my smart friend down there, and that is Dionne Lawrence. And Dionne she is really, really involved in this section of AI. What is it doing for us? How can we use it? All of that stuff. And that's not the only thing that she does. So Dionne, tell us a little bit about Dionne.
okay. Well, I am in training, training manager, and of course, AI. I integrate the AI programs to help our companies to be able to roll out the processes or internal training so that the employees feel like they are truly a part of the organization and not just a number, because when they understand how their job affects the underlying being of the company, then they're going to feel more value and they're going to produce more.
Sure will.
Yeah, they
That
will.
is very true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all hire Dionne. If you don't do it, I'm coming to visit you. Okay.
We got some awesome people here today.
Oh my God, Dana,
yeah,
I
we
know.
do.
We're really
Very
blessed
excited.
today.
It's definitely an impactful show today. Woo!
We're doing good now. Last but not least, we got to get to us boys. Now, Robert is the reason that honestly we had a conversation. I said, you know what we're talking about is a radio show, so here we are, and that's how it got started. But Robert is in job search as well, so you companies listen up. Robert, tell us a little bit about what's good for Robert.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Foster, and everyone for being here today. So I am a government and corporate affairs executive.
I love it.
I help companies kind of wade through the murky waters of government regulation and try to cut red tape. So I like to tell my clients and customers that for every action, there's an equal and opposite government program. So,
Oh gosh.
Isn't that good?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I thought I knew what was coming there. I didn't, but we need
we didn't know.
t-shirts that say that.
We didn't know. And you need to cut that red tape, man. I don't like red tape. I got scissors all over my place.
Well, that's right. We have a lot of red in the background, but you know, we're kind of getting that shadow uncast. But yeah, so that's what I do. And you know, it's all about relationships, and so that's why I'm pleased to be here with such a stellar cast, and certainly Dr. Brenda and Dionne. When I met them, and then with Foster, I just knew this was right, and they had to get together. So
yeah, we did it. We're here.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Hey, Garrett Needham and you guys over there in London. I think you're in London. You're either in London. Some of you guys are in Derby over in the UK. We just wanted to say hey to y'all. And thanks for tuning in. I know you guys are off work and you're about to go to sleep and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, well, maybe not go to sleep, but anyway, a little too early for that, maybe. But I just wanted to say hi to you guys. And you know what, guys? This is why you guys should get involved and get out from behind the computer and do probably the strongest part of this networking we call networking involves people. You will be surprised who you will meet. You will meet some of your best friends when you get out. We want to showcase groups like Frisco Connect that is upcoming this coming Tuesday. Go to friscoconnect.org and you will see everything that we're going to be doing in Frisco this coming Tuesday. And this coming Tuesday is election day. I just realized that. So we got a couple of
I've
things.
already voted.
And see, I did too.
I want our country back.
Same.
Yeah, we want it back. We sure do. And you know what? We'll be multitasking on Tuesday, it looks like, but we'll get her done. That's what we do in Texas. We get her done.
That's right.
So, guys, go check out friscoconnect.org. Troy Dye will be our speaker. He is a wonderful, wonderful network, and he has the same spirit as all these people on this show that will be talking with us about the job search and things that we can do from a recruiter's perspective. His name is Troy, D-Y-E, not that other Dye. And speaking of that, y'all know how my brain flies all over the place. Today last night I had a tragedy. One of my best friends, he's like, we actually call each other brother, kind of like me and Dana call each other's brother and sister. His wife died. I've known his wife longer than he has. In fact, we introduced him, or not me, but my ex-wife at the time introduced him. And we lost Tawana, and I want to take a moment of silence for Tawana. Wonderful lady. We love you, Tawana, and we know you're listening. And you know what? We want to take a little bit of maybe a second or two for your case. All right, you guys, thank you very much. Tawana, we love you. We'll always remember you. You won't go anywhere. We know you're with us in spirit. And that's how life is. So we love you. Okay, guys, tell us either Dr. Wall or Dr. Carter or well, he's not a doctor, but he's a Robert. And guys, tell us some of the things that you guys have seen in this network that's caught your attention. You think is very, very valuable, and you think it'd probably be good to showcase something that you guys have seen in this network that other job seekers that don't even know anything about the network. Why should they get involved with us?
Yeah, I think that is a really great question. And the reason why is because, when you're job seeking, it's easy to get kind of knocked off your game for whichever reason, right? And so sometimes being amongst other people and, getting a chance to hear new information, it helps you to sharpen your sword because maybe you've been on the job for a while, let's just say, and maybe you haven't interviewed in a while. And so you need to know the new skills. Like, you mentioned earlier AI. And actually, that's how this conversation kind of got started because, I was talking about AI. And then Robert was like, wait, Brenda and Dionne knows AI. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we got to hear like more skills that you can leverage even when you are trying to look for a role. But it also helps to keep your mind fresh and keep you from kind of like, your ship going down, because especially when you're unemployed, it's a really sensitive season. And so you need to be around other people that'll help sharpen your sword.
And you will meet other
Absolutely.
people that'll do that. When you meet Dr. Wall, you listen, both sides of your sword will be sharpened. Oh my God.
Absolutely. And I think that Dr. Wall brought up a really good point. It is very challenging for many. I know it was for me when I unexpectedly was laid off over a year ago. And it's very important to stay focused, to be around people that are building you up, to do what you can to be in those networking communities, which on the second half of the show, we're going to discuss how we all got involved and
Right.
how we found these communities. And we're going to share with you as the audience where you can go to find some of these communities, because it does sharpen your sword. And if we don't pull together, Foster, you said something in the beginning of the show, this family, this community, that's what we want to share with our audience.
We are a family. Oh man, look at that. I hear music already, Dana. Let's start the second part of the show and dig in a little deeper.
All right. Sounds good.
See you guys in a few minutes.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing.
All right.
The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process.
I want to get
Professional
this to
book
show
editing,
right.
award-winning
Are we
design,
serious?
and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Hello, Jobfather Nation. We're excited to be back for the second half of our show. So as promised, we're going to get into the meat of how we became part of this family and how we what networking groups we're part of, how we came to find these networking groups so that we can encourage each of you out there that are currently in the job search. We can give some really good direction and guidance, as well as actual places to go. So as we know, we're all here because we're part of the different networking groups run by Foster throughout the Metroplex. Everything can be found on the Search for You website that Foster mentioned at the beginning of the show. I can tell you how I got involved, and I'll kick it off, and then we can
Tell us.
round table.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let our guests go, because Foster's kind of the founder. So, but anyway, Foster, you might have some tips and some locations as well that you might want to.
Yeah.
So, I had heard through a candidate that I had called because I was recruiting them for a role here in Dallas that I might want to go over to Careers in Motion at Watermark Church. So there's one that you can go to. And so I went over to Careers in Motion as a recruiter to try to meet some people to see if I could find any other individuals that might be a fit for one of these jobs that I was working on. Well, when I got there, a couple people in the network, James Reed, who we missed tremendously, and Steve Ackley, once I started talking, came over, started talking to me, introduced themselves. They helped run Careers in Motion with DeWitt, and asked me a little bit about myself, asked me if I'd be interested in speaking and sharing a little bit about what we look for on our side of the table when interviewing, selecting, and hiring candidates. And I was very blessed to meet them. It was definitely a God thing. I started volunteering at Careers in Motion, and probably once every other month, I came and I spoke, and I was on a rotational schedule. Well, Foster came to one of those because Foster goes to other networking groups throughout the Metroplex to further connect people. Hence why he's the Jobfather.
Oh my God.
And Foster asked me if I'd be interested in speaking at Frisco Connect. Well, absolutely. What's Frisco Connect? So I learned what Frisco Connect was. I had an opportunity to come speak there, and then started coming, once they have a pretty big lineup at Frisco Connect. It's a large, amazing networking group for all industries at Stonebriar Community Church. It's a couple. Foster can give you more details, but it's Tuesday mornings typically.
Oh yeah.
And so I went and spoke there, really met a lot of great people, started networking, started getting on that rotation. Then Foster has a group in Southlake, the Southlake Focus Group. He also has project manager group, an HR group, an executive group, an IT group.
Yeah, don't forget IT.
Yeah. And so he started introducing me and having me come in from time to time to share different things with those groups. Fast forward like 10 years later, I went through an unexpected layoff, and Foster not only, him in the community around all of these different networking groups that the Jobfather sponsors and helps put together and organize. He also got me involved with some other people out of state. And Foster, help me remember the name, but there's a group that for free helps people learn to write resumes, interview, and they're based out of Florida.
Well, we've got one based out of Florida. Do
you remember the name?
Well, I know the pit crew here helps you with interviewing, and it ends up helping you with resumes and things like that. And that is here in Dallas Fort Worth. Dana was mentioning that. I want to tell you guys to go to Career DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, careerdfw.org. For people that are listening, probably the majority of the people that are listening to the show right now are right here in DFW with us. You can find everything, guys, at Career DFW.
Career DFW.
There may be a meeting somewhere close to you. Keep going, Dana.
Yeah. Do you remember, though, you and I would jump on there. It was like in the evening, every Wednesday evening or Monday evening.
Well, I think I do remember what you were talking about, and everybody on there got a job. My God, that keeps happening around here.
That networking group isn't there anymore?
That networking group closed out right at COVID time, I think it was.
No, I was doing it last year. No, I was on it last year.
Well, it closed. Either way, it closed down. And,
is that the Transition Masters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one that we were talking about at the beginning of the show.
Yes, they help with all those things as well. Yeah, they're out of Florida, but they have a nationwide audience as well.
Thank you. That's who I was trying to. They're a great group of individuals, Transition Masters, free. wonderful individuals. We meet in the evenings, like once a week. You have some homework, and they actually have executives and all of these individuals that volunteer and also help you interview as well. So you could do the pit crew locally, and then we did everything through video conference. A lot of those individuals were based out of Tampa and surrounding areas, but there were actually other people involved all throughout the United States. So thank you for bringing up trends. I just loved that. I was so honored to be a part of that show as well. So
I'm
that's just
glad
a
you
little
brought
bit
that one
about,
up again. Yeah.
yes, that's just a little bit about a couple things that I got involved in. But the whole moral of my story, before I pass it over, is that I got involved with one and then started meeting people and started learning about, I learned about within 6 months, 15 other
That is
networking groups
overwhelming.
locally.
What
Jeez.
happened to me? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, share
Mhm.
a little bit about your experience with that.
Yeah, I off FYI, like that's how I got put on to Brandy Shade's group, Executives in
Ah,
Transition.
Love it.
So I went to South Lake Focus Group, and then Henry Jordan told me about EIT. And even that group of people, it just really opens up, your mind, and you also get to share some of your skills. Like me, I know how to leverage AI, when it comes to my job search, because there's different functions, and I've been able to use it to kind
mhm.
of like help coach me through, doing mock interviews and things of that sort. So while I'm giving, it opened up the door for me to receive. And so you're right, like one network group begets another, and then it
Yeah.
begins
It
to
does. Yeah.
create,
Yeah.
so.
Dr. Carter, tell us a little bit about EIT. We're talking about EIT, Executives in Transition. Now, this is focused for executives, and I like that because, sometimes as an executive, everything you're looking for is not right there. So, how do we go find it and stuff? Tell us a little bit about Executives in Transition.
Yeah, so they meet every other Monday,
Hmm.
and we meet in Dallas. Rob, you've been there, and it's a really great group. And they always have speakers that come in because when you're an executive, you're not talking about like the basic level, like how to do a resume, how to
Right.
interview, right?
Right.
Like, so you don't need the 1.0 and the 2.0,
No.
right?
Right.
At certain levels, you need the 3.0, 4.0, 5.0.
Hmm.
And the way that it's run in a way where you're like, man, this is that extra step that I needed. And this helps keep, as I mentioned earlier, keeps your blade sharp, but it also teaches you things like positioning, right? So, yes, we know how to
Right.
interview, but do you know how to position yourself when you are networking so that people see you the way that you want to be seen?
That's
And
right.
so that's one of the things that I love about EIT is that it takes it to those additional levels, especially for those that are at the executive level, where we're a little bit beyond like, is your LinkedIn done and is it up to
Yeah.
par? Is your resume done and up to par? It's like, no, we
Yeah.
need to get into the meat and the potatoes like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
We're
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 discussing the
expected
strategy
to.
behind it. Yeah.
Mhm.
We're expected to guide everybody along and manage processes and departments and things like that. So yeah, it's good if we have that peer networking. I want to ask Dr. Wall. I am really, really excited about a group out in Vienna, Virginia, basically is McLean, Virginia, that serves Washington, D.C. and Fairfax, and all of those areas out there. It is called CNM, Career Network Ministries. You know, and Nancy, thanks for hooking me up with the lady at CNM because I want to share a lot of times I run across jobs that are in that area out there. So tell us a little bit about CNM. How do we get? Who are they, and how do we get to them? How do we find out about them?
Sure. So I was very fortunate, Foster, having met you at Transition Masters,
Right.
and then you bringing me along to South Lake Focus Group. There are so many great groups out there, and I would strongly recommend that you get involved with as many as fit your needs, fit your personality, because you never know who's there to help you find a job. And
Right.
70% of jobs are found through networking. And even if it's someone else who's also looking for a job, he or she might know somebody in your field and they connect you, and all of a sudden things pop. And so
Absolutely.
I felt very, very fortunate having gone through Transition Masters and met some great people, and
Yeah.
Foster as one of my key people, that someone else, another coach from the group, told me about career Network Ministries, CNM.
Career
And
Network
CNM
Ministries.
is a great group as well that is dedicated professionals to helping people find jobs. And you get involved with a team that best meets your time frame, your needs. So there are daytime hours, evening hours, and I am one of the coaches there as well to be able to help people understand what is networking, what is interviewing. I taught the class Wednesday night that was all about getting the offer and salary negotiations. And it's a very structured program to be able to help bring people through different aspects of the job search. But also I've met some great people, some of my students, as well as some of the other coaches who have been able to introduce me to other people. So don't put down those opportunities and say, well, these
That's
are all
right.
just other people who are looking for jobs, but they came from other organizations. They know people that can also help you. So be very, very open, because that's where the majority of jobs and job placements are coming from.
You know, it's kind of interesting that you mentioned that,
Real
Dr.
quick,
Wall.
Foster, can you please put that, could we please get that in the chat? So, Mez, because she
Mez,
put
yeah.
Career Ministries, but it's Career Network Ministries, and what the website is, so that Mez can post that, please. Thank
I
you.
want you guys to go use Mr. Google. A lot of times, guys, we can find these things if we just go to Google and put in Career Network Ministries. I guarantee all kinds of things will pop up. Now,
Yeah.
you know someone already that is a leader there at CNM, and that is Dr. Nancy Wall. And so, Dr. Wall, I just told your name. What is, if you don't mind, what is your email address? That
Yeah.
some folks may be able to get in contact with you and ask you questions, maybe about CNM,
Yeah, if you could.
maybe about Foster and Dana. I don't know.
Yeah, if you could put that in the chat too, Dr. Wall. That's what I was trying to ask just a second ago, just so that Mez can post that. Thank you.
Sure. It's Nancy Wall, PhD at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Career Network Ministry,
Network
not
Ministries.
Career Ministry. So,
Career
Mez, that's the
Network
wrong
Ministries.
one. Mez has the Career Ministry up there. It's Career Network Ministry.
Yes. There's a guy named Bob Korzanuski that I met a long time ago. And I think back out in 2016, 2017, I was in Baltimore for a group that we had in Baltimore. And I said, you know what? I'm close to CNM. I'm gonna drive I'm gonna drive down there. So we drove down and we visited CNM, and y'all, it is tremendous. One of the most tremendous networking groups that I have been associated with, of course, is South Lake Focus Group and Frisco Connect, but they equal us easily. And when you are in a different part of the United States, you need to know who is there that might be able to help you.
Exactly.
You know, organizations that be able to help you all over the place. We've got RUMC, which is the Roswell United Methodist Church, down around Atlanta, and they cover greater Atlanta and actually all through Georgia, because Georgia's got a lot of metropolitan areas and stuff like we do here in DFW. And guys, up in, what was that, up in Philadelphia, you've got a guy named Andrew Gelfand, Gelfand. You might want to look him up
Andrew
on
Gelfand.
LinkedIn. Yeah, Andrew Gelfand runs a couple of groups up there. Marty Latman, Latman, runs a networking group up in New York. Guys, Chicago's got a lot going on. You might want to run into a guy named Frank Smith that is up there. So the long and short is, y'all, if you want to find out something going on, call Foster.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot going on. It's
Jessica
really
is out in
exciting.
Phoenix. I was talking about all this stuff east of Texas. We got Jessica out in Phoenix. We got David up in Seattle, in LA. Oh my God, we got one, two. We used to have a workshop
And
in LA,
Foster,
Dana.
can I just say something? And I know it can feel a little
I talk too much.
overwhelming. No, it can feel overwhelming because, like, depending on how long you've been unemployed, it can be like you can start to feel like you're losing hope. And like, am I just doing this just to tick mark a box? And the thing is that you never know what door God is going to open.
That's
like
right.
we always want to try to figure him out, but you don't know what seed you're sowing, or that one person that you meet that God, is going to use to open up that door and, pretty much bring you what it is you need. right? And so like when you think about like the great people in the Bible, like Elijah, right? He used a
Oh yeah.
raven, and then he'll use a leader from the north, and so there's different ways. So you have to be really stay connected even during this season, because he has a way of making a way out of no way. He can bring water out of a rock. And
And you
so
said it.
when we're talking about networking, it can feel exhausting. Well, I haven't gotten this and I haven't gotten that. Stay in faith and still go out and do what you know to do, because you don't know what door God's going to open.
Oh, I love that you said that, because it does sometimes feel like you're going through the motions. It does sometimes feel like you're ticking a box, but you never know which box, which connection is going to open that door. So just stay faithful, keep doing the work. God will open the right door.
Yeah,
If
well.
I can add one more thing, there is a group, a nationwide huge group called Never Search Alone by
Okay.
Phil Terry, Phyl Terry. And he wrote a book, phenomenal book, easy read, that really helps move you through the steps. But there are, I think they said 2,400 accountability groups across the country going.
So
And you can
never search
volunteer,
alone.
never search alone. You can volunteer to lead a group or just be part of a group. And you and your team come together, you share the good, the bad, the ugly, so you know other people are with you. But through that program, I have also gotten a lot of leads. So you never know. Again, I'm in Tampa, Florida. Very, very different than a lot of people here. You know, they are in the Texas area. We talked about Virginia. We talked about other areas. You never know where your next opportunity is going to come from. And a lot of the opportunities that are being offered are remote opportunities.
That's right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
love
where the
this.
company is.
Right.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It's Phil Terry wrote a book on
Oh yeah.
Amazon. Never Search Alone: The Job Seeker's Playbook, and you can not only read the book but get involved in this network. This is amazing. Thank you for bringing this up.
And it's
Yeah.
free. The book costs money, but the
Yeah.
networking, the accountability groups, that's all free to join and very, very helpful and insightful. So I encourage you all to check it out as well.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love it. I just took a screenshot of the book because I feel like it's something that anybody can read, not only to network, but we should always have A, B, and C plans to a certain extent. Be prepared, and be prepared to help other people, especially those of us that volunteer and help. How can we help other people? How can we connect other
Yeah,
people?
Dana. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I want to tell you, you job seekers, wherever you are, go to Google and put in job seeker networking groups. You guys will be surprised
It's
what
amazing.
will pop up in your area, and it will have the leaders, and it will show you guys. Reach out to the leaders, look for them on LinkedIn, connect with them, find out what's going on in your neck of the woods. We are a huge networking organization, and we're 25 years old now. But you know what? We don't know everything. We don't know everybody out there.
Mm.
Yeah. So hey, if you're in Montana, I don't know anybody in Montana. Well, I know people in Montana, but they're not involved in job search.
There
But
might be like maybe a couple jobs. Who knows? Job seeker network.
Allison Dellis, I know you're listening, and tell Scott. Scott Dellis is where she got the Dellis from. She's from the UK, and Scott's brother is up
I'm
in
really
Montana,
trying to
and I
keep
need
my cool over
I
here.
need to ask
Good.
Paul. Yeah, keep your cool, D. We know you're trying to get in with us technologically in there. But
Oh, she's
Paul, if
here.
you're
We see her.
she's here, but
Yes,
she's
but I'm
frozen.
frozen.
Oh no!
I know.
Well, Dee, we want to give you a chance as well. To share, even if we can't see it? Tell
Good
us.
idea, yes.
Okay. Since I've been in my career transition, the game has changed from when I started my career several years back. And one of the most valuable tools that I've had is a friend of mine, Nakaya, introduced me
Oh
to
yeah.
the South Lake Focus Group. She had asked me one day, she's like, well, why don't you attend? I'm like, because I didn't know about it. So she's like, oh, she gave me all the information. You have to come, told me about how it's very beneficial. So once I came, and what really truly touched my heart about it all, because it does feel like a family,
Yeah.
but everyone I came in contact with, you could tell their intentions were so pure and that they only wanted to help you. So I never felt any underlying meanings. It was truly the what can I do to help you? And
And
even aside from that, just all the information that I've learned, with this being such a new game or the game has been changed,
Yeah.
and the networking, phenomenal. I mean, because of the networking, I get to be on the Jobfather show. So that's wonderful for
Yeah,
me.
this is your
Yeah.
second round, isn't it?
Third.
Yay!
Yeah.
Ooh.
all
Yes.
right.
Ooh, I've been
Yeah.
doing this too long.
So
I can't remember everything. Oh my God.
yeah, and then even with that, I was able to connect with Gerard Robo, who, he has
Gerard's
connected me
listening
to.
to us right now.
That
He's in
Yeah,
Gerard's
the chat.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
He is
he's
so awesome.
connected, yes, me to
I don't
various
know anybody
people as
more
well.
connected than Gerard.
Yes, and he
I do,
actually has
Foster.
me. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
that's
not fair.
okay.
Let's play fair.
He
He exceeds
Gerard,
me by quite a bit.
yes, and Gerard also so gracefully put me in Memo 21 on his job page website. So Gerard's been very instrumental in helping me
Very.
with connecting. Yes.
That's amazing.
Well, one of the good things about the South Lake Focus Group, it's practice hope, and that's help one person every day.
Yeah, I got that
And
shirt.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and it's just a phenomenal thing. And those of us, and Foster, you probably have one of those coins right now that Judy gave. It's the
Mm-hmm.
quarter with the hope on the back of it. So,
Uh-huh.
I carry that around with me. But the South Lake Focus Group is fantastic. I was in with the Transition Masters as well, and I don't know if I ever got into your group, but I was in Greg Moore's group several times, and
Oh.
was texting with
Oh,
him
Greg's
during the
dynamic.
hurricane and
Yeah.
stuff because my parents lived really close to him.
Where do they live?
They're in Osprey, Florida. So,
So cool.
when I was there visiting several weeks ago before the hurricane, Greg and I had a nice sit down. So it's all about
Oh,
networking
wow.
and
So cool.
meeting people and putting yourself out there. It's a time to recharge, reflect, and a time of discovery. And that's how I met these great people, Dr. Brenda and Dionne and Foster, just getting involved. And it is tiring, but at the same time, you're recharging your batteries because, you can help somebody. And then that gives you a little bit of energy to move on with your plight and figure out what the next step's going to be.
Man, that was said well. It's so true.
Guys, if you care and you help, you will reap what you sow. That has been sown
Amen.
by God into the universe from the very beginning of time before me and Dr. Wall were even thought about.
Well, I'm just thankful each of you are on this show, and I'm
I
thankful to
know.
Foster because I'm honored that he asked me to be his co-host. I'm honored to meet wonderful people like each of you that are volunteering your precious time to come on this show and help other people, and you're each
Mhm.
amazing. I mean, it's a blessing to give and to meet and to network, and I always try to remember how it felt going through that,
Yeah, you just went through it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, a little over a year ago, just so many companies were laying off, and praise the Lord, the market's gotten better. But I'd never been through a layoff before, and it really repositioned my narrative on helping other people. While I always love to help other people, and I've been volunteering for a long time, it repositioned it to a whole nother
Yeah.
level.
Yeah. No, I think that's a big deal because, I think actually part of the conversation that we were having, Foster, was how even in this season, when you talk about positioning, Dana, right? Sometimes there's a scripture in the Bible that says, and they fished all night,
Ooh.
right? They
Oh,
they cast
yeah.
their nets down and they fished all night. And
Mhm.
sometimes when you are networking, if you when you get around people, God will tell you where to cast your net. Cast your net over here, not over there.
Mhm.
And that's why it's important
Ooh, that's a good
because
point.
you don't know which way, which way God is going to tell you. And sometimes we're skilled, right? Peter and them were skilled fishermen.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they kept fishing all night and didn't catch anything.
Didn't catch
And
jack.
then, right. And
I've
then
been
here
there.
comes a word. And then it's like, cast your nets over here. And now you have an abundance and you need help to bring it in.
Yeah, it
Oh,
almost
So,
tipped the boat,
yeah.
the boat over. Oh my God, it was so many fish.
Yeah.
And you know, you guys that have been involved. Now, I saw that Patricia. Hi, Patricia. She says, I can't wait to attend the South Lake Focus Group. I'm glad that you are close enough to where you can join us in person, Patricia. I want you guys to know in other states, go to southlakefocusgroup.com. Check it out. Oh, I hear music. Really?
Thank you,
Already?
team. This was
Oh, we
amazing
had fun.
today.
Yeah. See you guys next
This is
Friday.
great.
Bye, everybody.
This has
Have a
been
blessed week.
wonderful. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you guys
everyone.
very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider,